What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Bushwhacking History in Buffalo with Berserker Bear. Good to see y'all. Welcome back. So this is going to be a quick hitter, if you will. Very short episode. I'm going to do a real quick intro and showcase one of my earlier vids, Bushwhacking Buffalo number 5, that is, because it has to do with Niagara Falls. Now, again, I'm going to show we're going to lead this one out with a clip that I shared before, again on this one, number 5. If you go to 2910, you can see it, and it's from a channel that's no longer around called PointOfPeripety. What is peripety? Well, let's define that right quick and give context. Peripety, sudden and unexpected change of fortune or reverse of circumstances. Very interesting, because with our alternative history work we do, we're kind of veering off of the mainstream academia of things, trying to get around the bottleneck, right? The academic bottleneck. Now, that said, I want to track back to this because it's important. I'm not just doing work here in Buffalo. I'm doing work in Niagara Falls. I'm doing work in Lockport. I get out to Rochester. I recently met up with my buddy Rad Bear, who we do boots on the ground with all the Erie Canal stuff related to in and around Rochester, and everything in between here and there. The Western Door, the Dragon Path. This clip that I'm going to show, excerpt from this clip from the old channel that's no longer here, PointOfPeripety, has to do with Niagara Falls, and it's a good summation of what I think possibly might be going on there, and what I got to dig into and get underneath and get in those tunnels and see what I can find and share with you. So if nothing else, this is what it is. I'm tracking back on a clip that I shared way back in the day from a channel that's no longer available. This is Bushwhacking History. I'm going to show it, and that's going to be an episode. And I'll follow up real soon with some more context and more work going on with here in Buffalo, Niagara Falls, Lockport, all the way out to Rochester. So this is what you're going to get when you come to Bushwhacking History with your boy, Berserker Bear. All right, so without further ado, let's get right into it. I'm going to show that excerpt, and that's a show. God bless, keep it sleuthing, and I'll report back as always.
Tesla is a little bit like this. After all, how many people have actually read the works of Tesla? His notebooks, his patents, his designs, and completely understood all the things that he created? I don't know if that's fair. It's very hypothetical and speculative for me to say that, but there's a reason. So this might sound wild, but I think that alternating current, something discovered by Tesla, was actually something that was rediscovered from a past era. So if you look into the history of Niagara Falls and the Sholkoff Power Station, go look at the old pictures and look at the Sholkoff Power buildings in particular. And I'll tell you what I saw when I looked at the various pictures. You have this old picture which shows all the old industry at the top of the falls. Nice and neatly, the water from the canal was actually used and channeled into these different manufacturing businesses. But here we have a very early picture showing industry and harnessing of the falls. And then only until about supposedly 1905 do these buildings show up. And these buildings, I stand to be corrected, are not in the old pictures. So the other question is, where's photos of construction of the Sholkoff power plant buildings? I can't find them. And these are old buildings. They look like they could even predate 1905. And construction of them, supposing they were built at the beginning of 1905, well, there should be evidence of this. This is a heavily documented, iconic Niagara Falls. I mean, my goodness, there's thousands of pictures of this place. So there should be pictures of construction of these Sholkoff buildings. Now, that would be a pretty amazing sight to see as well, because for these buildings to have been built, that would have been a major engineering feat to construct them. Perhaps to even stop the flow of water to bring down heavy equipment to build these buildings. Concrete forms and rebar and crane, all this kind of stuff. It would have taken years to build these things. So I don't really see evidence showing this. And here's these mysterious pictures of, to start with, you have industry and the Sholkoff buildings are not present. Then this other photographic evidence that suggests these buildings were built in 1905. I'll tell you what I think happened. I'm going to get right to the point. I think it's possible that the Sholkoff buildings at a previous time were buried underneath the rubble at the bottom of the falls. So they were ancient buildings. Then perhaps maybe with heavy equipment, cranes, I don't know, the rubble was removed, and oh my goodness, there's actually buildings under there. And maybe it's from a prehistoric colonial type of buildings that actually is part of the power generation of the falls. That's what I think. That's just what I speculate. I'm not 100% certain of this. So this isn't a video to state things as fact. This is really a speculative kind of video that I'm looking for input from people.